Welcome back to another video. Today's review is focused on NBC original Young Rock Season 2 Episode 4 entitled In the Dark. And the official synopsis of Episode 4 is 1987, Rocky promises he will find the family an apartment by the time Ada arrives from Hawaii, but the clock is ticking. Dwayne settles into his new Nashville life with the help of an old family friend, downtown Bruno. And before I give up my review, please like the video, subscribe or comment, or just watch the video and keep going on with your day. Episode 4 was another solid episode, this time focusing on The Rock's life as a teenager in 1987 Nashville. So the episode just starts where episode 2 somewhat continued and everything else, with The Rock and Julian having a huge Twitter exchange, so much so that it has caused a whole plethora of just many news articles, news reports just to come out of just The Rock's and Julian's past. And that is when we go back into 1987, where Rocky is in Nashville just wrestling, trying to make some money for the family. And Dwayne, he is just working as one of the ring crew that sets up the ring and everything else. And everything seems to go good until Ada decides to call, telling them that she is going to be there on Saturday and just to make sure that everything is just all good with the apartment, Dwayne in school, etc., etc. But the thing is, though, nothing is all settled. No apartment, no school, and it's just going to be all bad news when she finds out the eventual truth. So then meanwhile, The Rock and a wrestler promoter by the name of Downtown Bruno starts to hang out a lot more often while Rocky is away in other places just wrestling. And the two have a good old time. They be in bars just chilling, drinking and everything else. The Rock, he is still a thief in many ways by stealing. A woman tries to hit on The Rock because of how tall he is, thinking that he's like 30 years old, only to find out that he's only 15. And she's like, why does this keep happening to me? So you know that she's always on some EDP type of time, to be honest. And so much days go by that it is Saturday, and one of Rocky's wrestlers tells him that he's a huge fan of him and that he did more than Tony back then. Ada arrives unexpectedly, just waiting to see the apartment, just waiting to see what is going to happen next. And when Ada arrives, that is when everything hits the bricks, as everything just gets exposed to the public. It is pretty bad news. While trying to deal with Ada, Rocky tries to figure out any type of situation to find an apartment, to find some place that he and his family could live in. But his plan fails miserably when Ada eventually finds out the truth. And when she finds out the truth, she is justifiably pissed off, as not only did Rocky lie to her, but her son did. And The Rock's not in school. It's October. And it's just a whole nasty situation to look at. Ada is able to find an apartment eventually, but since she's so pissed off, she don't want to see Rocky for a little while. And because of that, Rocky's performance starts to suffer in the ring a little bit. And The Rock's father had bigger plans on what he was trying to do originally. And it was basically because he was trying to buy a bigger house for the family, just because, but he did not have enough time to do so. So the episode just basically ends with just The Rock in present time talking to his team in Randall Park about what to do next with Julian and everything else. His team wants him to blackmail him, but he decides not to and just believes that everything will just die down. That is how episode 4 ends. Episode 4 was another good episode to me. It was simple, a little bit funny, crazy at the same time, with how Rocky was trying to do everything that he could to keep it away. I don't know what else is to assume. And so yeah, some of my predictions is that I think that Julian is still going to cause more trouble for The Rock. And I don't know if The Rock is even going to win now with everything that's been happening. But yeah, until next time, until what happens next, thank you for watching. And until next time, goodbye.